And we're live.
Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thanks for joining me today as we uncover the mysteries of the Mandela effect itself and find out the true meaning of it all. We must discover what is really happening, what is really going on here, to change these things that we know and hold dear to us. And let us help others discover the meaning of the Mandela effect and how it affects them and the price of milk. Thank you. And be sure to hit the like and subscribe down below.
Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome back to another great Mandela Effect show. Good to have everyone. We're just waiting on Sandy to get here. She's got the latest effects to cover. We're only going to have about 4 this week, but we've definitely got some stuff to talk about. Now, before we begin, I want to say that I did find some new residue, and I want to share some stuff from Teresa's group as well while we're waiting. But I found residue for the flesh-colored crayon. I know that's been a big thing in the Mandela effect. I was watching Jeff Foxworthy on Netflix last night, and he was talking about the way things used to be, the good old days, in other words, right? So he was referring to how you had to take a picture of yourself and send it to somebody with your new phone. He said you had to like lay it on a piece of paper and then trace it out, and then you had to color it in with a flesh-colored crayon. So even Jeff Foxworthy remembers the flesh-colored crayon that somehow disappeared, and without a trace. I remember in grade school we had these flesh-colored crayons all the way through the 80s and 90s. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. So let me go ahead and share some stuff from Teresa Lynch's group real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Let me do some shout outs here, actually. We got Super Mario Brothers 3 is here. Welcome. Jency Torday, welcome. Hope I'm saying that right. Nikki Halter, Crypnotic, Noise Guru, welcome, guys. Yeah, so that's Mandela Effected's here. Welcome. Dominic, welcome, guys. Rudy P's here. Welcome. All right. And by the way, if you guys aren't members of the Facebook group, Teresa Lynch's Facebook group is Mandela Reality Residue Hunters. And Teresa, if you're listening out there, I'm giving you a shout out. Okay. So here we go. Groups, come on. Yeah, there it is. Okay, got it. So definitely some interesting stuff here in Teresa Lynch's group. Hey, Jeff. Glad you could join.
Hey, Brian. Hey, everyone.
Yeah, welcome, everyone. I was just sharing some stuff from Teresa's group while we're waiting for Sandy to get here. So this is just can you guys see that? Can you see my screen? So some residue here from Colleen Burgess with the Publishers Clearinghouse. Yeah, many people remember, and let me just click on these so I can share them with you. Yeah, so here's residue from Chat GPT, it looks like. The spokesperson for Publishers Clearinghouse during the 1990s and early 2000s was Ed McMahon. He was known for announcing the winners of the PCH sweepstakes and other promotions. As you know, with the Mandela effect, now he's not even affiliated with them. Jeff, what is he affiliated with now?
American American Family Publishers.
American Family Publishers, right. So here's another one with correct spelling of the breakfast cereal, Fruit Loops or Fruit Loops. And ChatGPT says fruit, F-U-R-I-T. And it's no longer that. So another question here, did the actor Sinbad ever play a genie in a movie that came out in the 1990s? And ChatGPT says yes, the actor played the role of a genie in the movie Shazam, which was released in 1996. See? Another question that was asked about Moonraker in 1979, the name says, name the similarity between the characters Dolly and Jaws revealed near the end of the movie when Dolly helped Jaws move something and they both smiled at each other, at one another. So it says here in the 1979 movie film Moonraker, the similarity between the characters Dolly and Jaws is revealed near the end of the movie when they both have metal teeth. This similarity brings the two characters together and they bond over the shared experience, ultimately leading to them smiling at one another. So it doesn't make sense now because Dolly doesn't have braces anymore. So here it is. Another question. Does Monopoly mascot Rich Uncle Pennybags wear a monocle? So the Chat GPT says yes. The Monopoly mascot, Rich Uncle Pennybags, also known as Mr. Monopoly, is often depicted wearing a monocle. As you can see, and he doesn't have one anymore with the Mandela effect. So yeah, we're back through to that one. And Jeff, there was one you I saw one that you loved. It was some kind of Jungle Book residue.
Yes. Teresa posted it. It was about the coconut bra that's now no longer there.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that. There it is. Okay, so it says here Teresa found 1,000,000%. I don't know how that's a possible percent, but you get the idea. For Baloo from the Jungle Book, once wearing a coconut bra instead of he has coconut lips, and he's been found using the Wayback Machine. So on a now defunct website, Floyd Norman, the creator animator, wrote an article, and it was called "Things You Didn't Know About the Jungle Book." In it, he mentions Baloo's now missing coconut bra, and she found residue. Teresa found residue in the form of a costume worn by a Disneyland employee. Look at that. Let me just click on it. That's good residue. So what do you guys remember? Do you remember Baloo wearing a coconut bra like me and many other people do?
He definitely did. And why would any of that exist if he didn't? That's great residue, all of that.
Yes. So Larry Clemens thought having animated characters to drag was a surefire gag. It was a gag, I guess, back then. Every time the new story team would come up with a wacky idea, Larry would always chime in and say, "What if we put him in drag?" Well, that would be hilarious. Eventually, Larry managed to get his way. It says there, when Baloo the bear has his wacky "I Want to Be Like You" duet with King Louie and the orangutan, we put Baloo in a coconut bra and grass skirt. I think we finally managed to please Larry, and perhaps he was right after all. The zany duet between Louis Prima and Phil Harris is a genuine showstopper. So there you have it, folks. That's kind of the one I wanted to share. That was a good find, great find. You guys are all pitching in here. Let's see, one more. There's a famous video in 2020 of a cat running across a piano. Do you guys remember this video on TikTok? So many people are remembering this giant red box in front of the piano, right? It seems a lot of people don't remember seeing that big red box in front of it. Oh, wait, never mind. Many people are remembering what she's saying here is many people remember not seeing a big red box, and now there is. So, and things. So that's what I wanted to ask you guys, if you recall that the big red box in front of the piano. It's a pretty famous TikTok video. It went viral back in 2020.
Brian, who
Yeah.
posted that?
Teresa posted that one.
Okay, and what about the Ed McMahon residue? Who posted that?
I have to scroll back up here. Okay, that was Colleen Burgess.
Colleen Burgess? Okay, thanks.
No problem at all. I believe Sandy's here, and so we should be ready to start with the actual material for today's show. So
Yeah.
let's see.
She's backstage.
Yeah. Hey, Sandy.
Hey, Sandy.
It wouldn't unmute. Now it's unmuted. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, I hear you just fine.
Okay, there's actually 5 folders. Can you start with the logo and residue folder since you were doing that? It's short. I'm gonna have to refresh. Oh god. Guys, I'm sorry. I woke up sick today. I started feeling sick last night, but I thought it was just a runny nose, and it's not a runny nose. Oh.
That's okay, Sandy.
Are you on my channel too?
Yeah, it's broadcasting to both channels.
Oh, I gotta go to my chat then.
Oh, is one of these Teddy Ruxpin? I just recognized it. All right, so
Yes,
I'm
it
starting
is.
from the bottom, correct? Starting from the bottom.
Yes. Is Teddy Ruxpin in there?
There was a picture of him a second ago in this. I think in the stream.
I don't think it's in the folder. I got to move it in because it's a video. Give me 1 second, okay? I'm going to add it to that folder. You're going to have to refresh, okay?
Okay.
All right, give me 1 second. Refresh. Never mind, Flickr's being stupid. Okay, refresh now. And it should be in the logos folder.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm starting from the bottom here.
Yeah.
Sorry, it takes a second to share the tab. Okay, here we go.
Oh, you're not starting with the logos folder. Okay.
Yeah, starting at the bottom here. Another merge but not erased reality change has happened, and I'm curious if you ever heard of this before.
Okay, but Brian, don't do the logos last.
I won't.
Do the logos before the last one.
Okay.
All
So
right.
Snow White, The Last Unicorn, Cinderella, Rapunzel, etc. What are they? Surely you guys know this one, right? Fairy blank.
Jency says fairy tales. Mandela Affected says fairy tales. My mic is kind of low, Brian. I don't
Yeah,
think we can raise it. I said I don't think we can raise my mic. It'll get all crackly. Let me try raising my volume.
I hear you just fine. Can you guys hear her?
Jency says my mic is low.
I can hear her good.
I don't know. Hey, Eddie Von Keen.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you guys to read
Let
today,
me go
though.
full screen so we can. Yeah, there is that better, guys? Can you see
Oh,
that?
good.
Full screen.
Yeah, I think my fever is breaking, which is a good thing.
Okay. Okay. Lindsay says tails. We see a lot of you guys are saying fairy tales, so that's
What we're getting at.
kind of where we're getting at. Yeah. Yeah. Had to make that distinction, right?
Yeah,
I'm not
Jency
even
is
going to begin
too.
to pronounce that. Mikado, yeah, tails, not tails.
Yep.
Uh,
And then
is
Eddie
that Eddie
just put
Von?
what it
Is
is
that Eddie
in the
Von
chat.
Keen? Is that Eddie
Yeah.
Von Keen? That looks like his logo.
Yes, it is.
It's Eddie Von Balloon. That's hilarious.
All right, Brian, you have a time limit. You got to move on.
Yeah, I know. I'm moving on. So these have only ever been fairy tales in my past, never ever anything else. But they are sometimes called fairy stories now. Have you ever heard of them being called fairy stories? Not my reality. That's my saying. Not my reality.
No.
Also, J.R. Tolkien had a book called On Fairy Tales, which is now On Fairy Stories. Do you remember?
Which do you remember? It's an
Which
essay, but
which do you
yeah.
remember? Is it the On Fairy Tales or On Fairy Stories? Very interesting here. But there's plenty of what's
No,
being shown.
that's the current reality.
The current
Where
reality here.
it's not even current reality. We're seeing a lot of these where realities are merging and it's not erasing. See, in the beginning, that's what I was talking about last night on Dan's show. I'm seeing the Mandela effect evolve. Back in the day when it was new, the Mandela effect would come in and erase our history. And now it just, adds to our history. I'm seeing addition to our history instead of erasure of the history. So that's how I think it's evolving. So in my past, it was only ever fairy tales. Fairy stories didn't exist anywhere. It was not a word. It was just fairy tales. And now it's both.
It's interesting.
Mhm.
Plenty of, I guess what you call residue here. Like Hans Christian Andersen. That one says Hans Andersens. I never heard of Hans Andersens. It was always Hans Christian Andersen.
I know.
So that's weird too.
I wasn't even going into that. I was rushing.
Yeah. So on fairy, there's residue for the On Fairy Tales from J.R.R. Tolkien.
So what you're looking at here is a tweet. The writer of the tweet who made this graphic responds on fairy tales is too important to leave out. But then they put on fairy stories in the graphic.
Wow. That's good residue.
Mm-hmm.
Like it, you shouldn't see it both ways like this, but you do.
No, you should not see it both ways.
If
The
something
title
is,
of his essay was on fairy tales. Now it's on fairy stories.
yeah. Now, if you're specifically quoting a book, like you know how you paraphrase or whatever, and you have to give credit to the book owner. Usually, you give the title and the author, right?
Yes.
These are exact titles that they're italicized or put in quotes. So it is interesting.
So it's just the website it's on, and then a close up of the residue.
For me, fairy stories sounds like you're talking particularly about a story about fairies.
Correct.
Sounds so dumb.
That's what it sounds like to me. Yes. Like if it was all like Tinkerbell, and I can't think of any other fairies right now, but if it was a book of Tinkerbell and other fairies, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it would be okay. That's right.
Yeah. So speaking of fairy tales, recently covered Goldilocks and the Three Bears, frequently being called just the Three Bears. Well, now we have a reality merged with ours where Goldilocks has returned to the title as Silverlocks. Have you ever heard of Silverlocks and the Three Bears?
Oh boy.
No way.
Absolutely not.
Silverlock.
No.
Oh man, I can just see you guys out there laughing right now. This is hilarious. This is the funniest.
is triggered.
Let me see what the people are saying here.
I think it's Goldilocks. WGH.
Rudy says never silver. I love the way you guys are shouting. That's awesome. Yeah, it's her name. Her name is Goldilocks. She had golden hair.
Hold on, if you're lurking and you're listening, people in the chat are doing exactly what you say people don't do anymore. You too, Noble. You said last night people don't do this. Here it is, right here. We take a screenshot.
How did you find this one, Sandy? You just came across.
It was looking for fairy tales, Brian. For
Wow.
fairy stories.
This is interesting here, to say the least.
The Jesse's like, I'm shouting. It was Goldilocks. Karen says, good grief.
So what does she have? Does she have gray hair now that she's old, or
No,
she's still...
I think it's a version where she has like that white blonde hair, so cool blonde hair instead of warm blonde hair.
All right, so now we're going to dive into some logos and residue, because we know you guys love logos. How logos have changed.
Yeah, let's get rid of let's
Get this one out of the way.
And I
All right.
for Mandela Man in here.
You want to talk about this one, Jeff or Sandy? And I'll cover the next one.
The top one, I didn't get the highlight. I threw it in last minute, but the EA was never merged in SeaWorld there.
No. Since when is the EA merged in SeaWorld? No.
Since 1985, at least. That's when that's from.
No.
In 1974. Check out the T in 1974.
Yeah, the cutoff tees.
Mm-hmm. Now, guys, I was talking about, like, realities are merging and not erasing. I'm seeing a lot of T's cut off, and at the same time, the F's are not. It's so bizarre. So the F isn't cut off, but the T is in the same text. It's so weird. Okay, so I don't remember Supermatch being... I used to watch this stuff on Game Show Network, so this isn't like me watching it as a kid at my grandma's house. This is like watching it on Game Show Network in the early 2000s. I don't remember it merged like this. I don't remember the A in match being a 4 or game being a 4. It's leaning backwards, reverse. I don't remember Super Match merged like this. Look, right behind his head, the A and the M is merged in game. And it looks different from the logo. So, I don't know. Something weird's going on here. I know it was connected because it's part of the game, but it wasn't like that. So here is closer to how I remember Pebbles. First of all, she's got the one ponytail. Teresa found that it had 2 now. She's got the one ponytail instead of the 2 crisscrossing. Bam Bam's got the brown club instead of the green club now. Her face doesn't have eyelashes like she's 25 years old. And Bubble Fun, the B is weird. Just the one B is weird. And the FU is merged. Now look at the Peter Max painting below. Ignore that little white line. That's the red line going across. It is a red bar flag. But why is the head turned? Does anyone remember a turned head on the Statue of Liberty? Like, it looks like the Statue of Liberty smelling her armpit.
Yeah, that looks weird.
Yeah.
Maybe she's a superstar. Superstar.
Jency, go look at a box of Cocoa or any Pebbles cereal with Bam Bam on it. You'll see it's green. It's green now. It's weird. And it's in a lot of the cartoons. I covered it a while ago. And this is residue of the book instead of the weird shaped tablet that looks like the Pennsylvania state signs. That's how it looks now, like the Pennsylvania state, like roads and stuff. That weird cutout at the top.
It was definitely a book when I went to the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
She looked
what is it now? Is it some kind of tablet?
Yeah, it looks really weird, really stupid. Good residue there for the flags.
Yeah, the flag was like that with the red in the middle. Now it looks like a pinwheel or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's crazy how the British flag changed.
It's crazy that they made that really nice artwork in the pathway and they got the flag wrong.
Well, I showed you guys my tattoo before. If you want, I could. Well, I can't do it right now, but I will show you guys on a future show. I'll show you my tattoo again. It has the red bar flag on my tattoo.
That's awesome.
Yeah. There's something else about this. Well, not this one. The one that was just on there that I have to mention that annoys me. I don't remember that Twin Tower having the top like that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't with the antenna like that.
Yeah, there was no antenna. They looked exactly the same, and now they don't.
I agree. Mandela Man sent this to me. It was just in a random diving video about the ocean, and underneath the ocean, there's a red bar flag. Yeah,
Oh wow.
that's been covered, Jeff. A lot of people don't remember it like you do. A lot of people remember it like you do, I should say.
Good. So it's not just me then.
No.
And what is it? Angry Birds in the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah, that's how I remember the Eiffel Tower. Now it's like super wide at the bottom. This is the residue of how I couldn't believe it when I saw this today. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. That is how I remember the Eiffel Tower. Like taller and thinner, not wide at the bottom.
But also, it didn't have that
Huge at the
gigantic antenna on the top. It did not have the gigantic antenna on the top.
I agree. But what I'm saying is, but for me, the biggest change is the bottom. It's huge.
Oh yeah, the bottom. Yeah.
Oh, so I found it's not a perfect tail, but it's a tail. I'll take it on a lunchbox.
That is great residue right there.
It actually looks like someone erased the tail.
It does.
She did some voice work for Teddy Ruxpin. She did some voice work for Teddy Ruxpin.
That sounds like bin to me, but I slowed it down on the next slide.
So you remember Ben? Rux Ben?
Yeah, it's pin now with a P.
For
It was
Teddy
always Pin for me.
Ruxpin. For Teddy Ruxpin.
That sounds like bin to me. It does not sound
Yeah,
like pin.
for me, it was always P. Rux
Me
Pin.
too.
Brian, you have the current memory now?
It was not Rux Ben for me.
Brian, oh my God, guys. Someone help me find the videos where he's like flipped out about this because it was Rux bin and it's always been pin. Brian, you're not the same Brian. You shifted.
Rux. I'm trying to think. Rux Ben.
It's pin
No,
now
it's-
with a PIN.
I remember Pin.
Me
Did it
too.
flip flop?
Are you telling me I flip flopped?
No, I'm seeing if it flip flopped.
Oh, the video.
No, I'm googling Teddy Ruxpin. No, it's with a P. So Brian, Teddy Ruxpin is not a Mandela effect for you anymore. You shifted.
It never was for me.
I remember
Always.
P.
Brian, you're the one who found this Mandela effect, Brian. I can't. How do you find a Mandela effect you're not affected by? I can't. What is going on? Teresa's gonna freak. Where's Teresa? Teresa needs to hear this. She's gonna freak out. She's gonna freak. She's gonna be like, I don't understand. Oh my God. Oh wow.
Some people have searched for Ruxpin.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
I
man,
can't.
this is so confusing now. Now I'm seeing like both. Oh my goodness. You guys ever have that
You're
situation?
just remembering. You have to remember that's because you literally took an update. Brian, you found this Mandela effect.
Are you sure?
Found that it's yes. That's what I'm saying. I need to find the video. You found this Mandela effect.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Ah.
Oh, I think I've been Smith.
All right, so you're going back now. You're going back to the. I think there's only a couple of folders, guys. Because I don't. If you're just
Well,
joining us,
you guys remember Ruxpin or Ruxpin?
I got a Ruxpin in the chat from Analog Lime. I've got Ruxpen from Noise Guru. I can't even talk.
Pastor of
Ruxpin
Muppets.
for yep. That's what I was gonna say. Pastor of Muppets. Yep.
Oh man, this is crazy. Man, it's hurting my head now.
Gen C never heard of it because they probably didn't sell it in her country.
You guys ever heard of the Smith effect, right? We talk about it all the time.
Bin for Rudy. Yeah, you're watching the Smith effect. Brian found this Mandela effect.
Are you sure about that? Do you have evidence of it?
1000%.
Okay, if you can find it, definitely send it to me because I'm curious about that now.
Well, here's the thing.
Wait, was
There's
I
a
Brian
great chance.
McFarlane or Brian McFarlane back then?
So I'm saying there's a great chance it's gone now because you have fully shifted. You believe it's a P. You found this Mandela effect. I can't right now. Oh my goodness. Okay, so if you guys didn't understand the Smith effect, you're looking at it right now. You're hearing it live.
Oh man. So anyway, Jeff, you want to do this one or you want me to do it?
I'll do it.
All right.
Okay.
An old Scottish nursery rhyme by William Miller and a story and film by the same name by Rudyard Kipling has changed for me.
Rudyard. Just to give you a heads up.
Rudyard, okay.
Yeah. For the next show.
The nursery rhyme is about a boy named Wee Willie Wink.
Blank. There's 2 blanks.
Yeah. Who runs around making sure the kids are in bed. What was his name? Please fill in the 2 blanks.
Oh, I know what it is.
What is it?
IE.
Okay. Brian remembers IE. Do you guys remember IE or do you remember something different?
Wee Willie Winky.
By Google. But what is... I don't want Google. I want memories. What do you guys remember? Because believe it or not, Teresa and I both remember the same thing on this one. And it's not what you remember, Brian.
It's not?
Nope. Jency's never heard of it. Eddie's guessing Winkler. I'll take it. Wink E for Pastor of Muppets. Isn't it Winkle, says Mandela affected? Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought it was Winkle. Wee Willie Winkle for me, always. Winky for Karen. Adam doesn't know this one. That's okay.
All right.
I don't know this one either.
Wait, hold on. So you're saying what now?
It was Winkle in my past, like it is on that picture.
No,
Right
but here's the
below.
thing, Sandy. When I zoom in on this, it's got a dot in the eye. It changed.
Oh, come on.
Your
I
residue.
zoomed in on that. Great. Well, it doesn't matter. I had better residue. It's fine.
Okay. It happens. Residue changes.
Doesn't matter.
Jordy, read the slide. Sorry.
Go ahead, Jeff.
It was Wee Willie Winkle in Sandy's past, but it's always been Winky now. Does this match your memory? The poem has changed too, but I'll cover those changes next week.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go through all that.
Mandela affected says it was Winkle.
For me,
Gen
it
Z
was.
says
Oh, go ahead.
no. Gen Z says Winkle sounds better.
Yeah, I agree. So here is the current reality.
Well, you know what's strange? I'm looking at that top left photo with the Shirley Temple picture. And when you have a lowercase L, you know, of course, it looks like an I.
Yeah, except that's all uppercase. If you see Willie, it's all uppercase.
Yes, of course. Yeah. These are all current reality.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's residue for Winkle.
And these aren't ones that look like they might be an eye.
What if it changes to Wee Willie's Winky?
I hope not.
Then I suppose we better give him a Twinkie. Sorry.
Okay, Voidich says Winkle sounds better. No recollection of it, but Winkle is a common last name. So here we have Winkle in the description, but Winky on the pillow. So the cover of a book, graphics,
Yep.
CDs, it's everywhere.
Yeah, but I only started reading the those nursery rhymes when my daughter was born, so I never came across it before. So maybe it changed in the last 5 to 10 years or less or something.
That's sweet. Parody Bear's asking, how do I give money to me? Here, I'll put something in the chat. So you guys don't have to give me money. It's okay. Thank you. That's really sweet. It's just the thought that counts. So.
That was really sweet, guys.
That's really sweet. I think I have links for my channel under About from when I had the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all there. Cash App, PayPal.
Sandy, I was curious if you have a Patreon account because you know how YouTube is.
No, not right now. I have
YouTube
the buy me a coffee thing, but I'm not doing anything on it right now because no one's there. Like it's like talking to myself. So there's nothing there right now. Okay, Jeff, do you want to read this since it's?
Yeah.
And then Brian, you can read the last one, guys. If you're just joining us, I woke up really sick, so I'm going to try not to read. So Jeff, you do this one, Brian. You do the last one, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, we're down to the last two because I didn't get much done because I felt like this. I wanted to give you guys some sort of show, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead, Jeff.
All right. Credit Jeff and Sandy, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Recently, I noticed that Alvin and the Chipmunks had changed for me. This led me to discover some changes from my memory as well. The first question comes from me. Which chipmunk or chipmunks do you remember having an initial on their standard shirt?
That's a good question.
Their standard shirts are Alvin Red, Simon Blue, and Theodore Green. Stayed the same or changed? Did the shade of their shirts change through the years, or did they stay the same? For example, was Alvin's shirt always the same shade or of red? Of red. What color or of glasses do you remember Simon wearing? Do you remember the glasses always being the same color or changing through the years?
I'm muted. Brian, I said stop for a minute, please. They're still answering the previous questions.
Oh, sorry.
This is question after question after question.
Well,
So, Ryan,
which part?
so far, it's all one, Alvin. Ryan Gaming says same shade. Always Alvin was always red for me, says Karen. Black glasses, I guess, says Jency. Stayed the same, always red, says Parody Bear. Let's see. Green, says Ryan Gaming, question mark. LVK says, I know Alvin had an A on his shirt. Don't know about the others. Wasn't really a fan of this cartoon. Karen says, "Hey, I'm 71. I'm lucky I can remember the color of my glasses." That's good.
Can I move on?
Yeah.
Did we read that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Jeff.
Okay, so I remember them each having their initial on their shirts. A for Alvin, S for Simon, and T for Theodore. I believe this is another case of two realities merging, with both still present in our history. In all the cartoons, only Alvin had an initial on his shirt.
Jency says, "I remember the initials on all shirts?" Question mark.
They
Or
were.
do I only remember Alvin? Why would Alvin have an initial only? It's
It's
a good
stupid.
question, but as you can see here, go ahead, Jeff.
But toys, collectibles, books, etc., are a different story. Some only have Alvin with an A on his shirt, while others, all three chipmunks, have an initial on their shirts.
Oh, hang on. Okay.
Even officially licensed toys
He's back.
had them all wearing initialed shirts. Why would they sell them like this when only Alvin had an initial? In our past, their shirts were always the same shade of red, blue, and green. Once again, Alvin is unchanged, his red shirt staying the same shade for decades.
I don't remember all these variations to the Theodore and Simon's. I don't remember a dark blue at all, or a dark green, and I don't remember the teal for
Me either.
Theodore. Jency says, "I don't remember the shades." No, Pastor of Muppets. Some of those images I showed you were like J.C. Penney catalog, Toys R Us catalog. They were catalog. These were official toys. These weren't knockoffs at all. On the second slide, the first slide was a knockoff. The second slide was like officially licensed.
All right. But Simon and Theodore, who both lost their letter, have at least 4 color variations to their shirt. Do you remember this variation?
I don't.
Me either. Always just one shade.
Oh, God.
As for Simon's glasses, they were only ever black in my past. In this reality, they can also be blue like his shirt. Does this match your memory?
They were never blue. They were always black
Yep.
for me.
Always black for me, too. While researching this, I discovered a few things that are completely new to us. So I just have a couple more questions. Yes or no? Do you remember the chipmunks being little golden book stories? Number 2, do you remember the chipmunks being a comic strip? And finally,
Stay here, Brian. Guys, I want either yes, 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 no, no, no. What do you guys remember? 2 answers. So Jency is 1 no and 2 no. Also capital no.
I do remember seeing them in the little golden books, but I don't remember there being a comic strip.
So Brian's a yes, no.
I remember neither.
I'm a no, like Jency and Jeff. No for General Sorrow.
No for you.
No for Pastor of Muppets. I only remember the cartoons too. No, I remember records. I do remember records. Mandela Effect says yes, but I don't know to which one unless it's both. High Pockets is 1, I don't know, and 2, no. Yes for Eddie Von King. All right, we can go on to the third question, Brian. Mandela Effect is 1 yes, 2 no.
Prior to the 2007 movie franchise, where they had a 3D animated makeover, do you remember the chipmunks being real chipmunks?
So, guys, do you remember them looking like real chipmunks or the cartoon chipmunks? Do you ever remember them looking like real chipmunks, yes or no? General Sorrow says no. Pastor of Muppets is a no. Ryan?
I don't know. I don't know this one. But I'm noticing that their teeth looks very humanoid.
Oh, I don't care how they look here. I'm asking if you remember them ever looking like real chipmunks. Not a cartoon.
Really. No.
Okay, we can go on. Eddie wants to see it. Jency says no. Here you go.
We have no memory of the chipmunks starting out as real chipmunks in books, comics, toys, and records. Even stranger, they all have their initials on their clothes. Do you remember this?
So here's the little golden book, Brian. The Chipmunks Merry Christmas. Do you remember this?
Yeah, but they were not looking like that. They were looking like their cartoon form.
Oh. High Pockets is a nope. No. I saw no comics or books, says Jency. Here's more. These are records and books. I don't ever remember them looking like this. This is so creepy.
No, not my reality.
Mine
Yeah,
either.
Parody there, I can't today. I am so sick. I woke up sick. We have one more folder and then I'm going to bed. And I have to go downstairs and get Advil because I have a fever and it's not breaking.
But these are more chipmunks looking like chipmunks, and there's the comic strip, right?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can zoom in on the comic strip right here, and the one that's in color actually. See?
Yeah, it's still Dave Seville. Still Alvin, Simon, and Theodore. Thank you.
I hope you feel better, Sandy.
Thanks.
Yeah, I hope you feel better.
Oh, did the girls have letters on their shirts? Like there's Eleanor. Oh, there's Theodore with the T.
Yeah, I know. So I said there's tons of
Mhm.
toys and stuff, and these are officially licensed. Like, here's the box, the Chipmunks.
I remember the girls having the letters on their shirts too.
I do too. You remember their names? I know the one that looked like Theodore was Eleanor.
Mm-hmm. Jeanette was the one that
Jeanette.
looked like Simon. Brittany was the other.
Brittany, that was the one I was trying to think of.
Brittany and Alvin. That's it for that folder.
Last folder.
All right, guys. We made it this far. Hang in there.
Trying. Oh no, Jency, there's one more folder. One more
Hey,
folder.
don't tell me Marilyn Monroe changed again.
She did for me.
No.
We got some video, Brian. Present with sound. There's video coming up.
Okay. Well, Sandy recently saw a video that was has her wondering if something about Marilyn Monroe is another Mandela effect or not. As you know, her beauty mark shifted, like it was inside her lip and now it's outside her lip.
Mm-hmm.
So Sandy decided to let the community decide if this is a Mandela or if just we didn't know. But first, and the other thing was her name change, right? She have some kind of name change
Yeah,
in the
Norma
Mandela
Jean's
effect?
got Norma Jean has an E at the end. It's Norma Jeannie
Yeah.
now.
So I have a question that the internet can't seem to agree on. Which color eyes did Marilyn Monroe have? Were they blue, brown, or hazel?
I never paid attention, to be honest. I just took a guess.
I kind of feel like they were like hazel, maybe. I don't know, or hazel or brown.
Well, I have exactly what it is. Here's the problem. If you search it on the internet, it will tell you 3 different things. It will tell you she wore contacts. It will tell you all sorts of stuff. It's crazy. Someone else covered this a long time ago.
I didn't
But
even think they had contacts back then.
I didn't think they had contacts either, but apparently they did for movies.
Okay, so which color do you guys remember? Blue, brown, or hazel? Please answer in the chat.
So Mandela Affected is blue. Gen C is blue. Brown says General Sorrow. LVK is blue. I didn't think contacts existed back then either, but they're claiming that's what it was.
Blue
And if
for me.
And listen, if contacts now exist in this reality back then, we can't go by eye colors of anything. That means Hitler could have had contact lenses. You understand? All the eye color changes could be explained away with contacts.
I love these pictures right here, Sandy. They look like electric circuits.
Yeah.
Like if you look at them, they look like light bulb filaments.
That's what real eyes look like under a microscope.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm. Gen C looked it up, I think. She's freaking.
Okay, so it is said. Can I read? Which one do I read first? The middle or the bottom?
The middle.
Okay, it is said that Marilyn Monroe's eye color is brown, but in fact it's hazel. The reason why people think her eyes are brown is because she wore a brown contact lens to make her eyes look bigger and more attractive. Marilyn Monroe had hazel eyes and not brown, according to that article. I honestly did not know, Sandy said here. I never really paid attention to her eye color, but if I had to guess, I'd say brown. You put that I remembered blue.
Yeah, that's
So yes. That's what I assumed. They were blue or brown or something.
right. With
So
the internet.
well, they say all the above. So
Yes.
we have right now we have no idea what color her eyes actually were. Did Marilyn Monroe wear colored contacts? Contrary to the claims stated in this episode and popular over the web, Marilyn Monroe says she did not wear cosmetic contact lenses to change the color of her eyes from brown to blue. Her eye color was naturally blue.
Which is it, guys? Do you see this one I'm talking about? In 2 paragraphs, you got brown, hazel, and blue. You got wears contacts, does not wear contacts. So I went to her ID and her autopsy report, and both say blue.
Okay. It's confirmed by the official Marilyn Monroe website by her autopsy report, yes. But officially, according to the government and the autopsy, she does have blue eyes. So why are the reports of brown and hazel? I mean, why? What do you think? Are the eyes a Mandela effect, or just the internet making a mess of a simple fact that the actress? Either way, it's weird. But you remember I covered it a while back, you guys, and I had over 200,000 views on that video if I could find it. There was a video I did about the eyes changing with the circle that goes around the eyes. What is that? The ring, the limbo ring.
Limbo ring, yeah.
Many people have. Do you have limbo rings, Jeff?
I do now. I didn't use
Yeah, I do. Yeah, me too. Do you remember ever having limbo rings?
Nope.
It's something new that I guess it's good. It makes it, but you had to pay for it in the years past.
Yeah.
To get limbo rings. Now it's like we got them for free.
It was weird. One day I noticed my eyes looked different, and then I noticed the rings around. I'm like, what the hell is that? And then I looked it up, and I couldn't believe it. I never had that before.
All right, Brian, you got to read.
Okay, so back to why we're discussing Mrs. Monroe in the first place. So I saw a YouTube video by makeup artist and vintage makeup collector, the channel Erin Parsons Makeup, about her search for a tube of Marilyn Monroe's lipstick. Her video is why I need to ask you this question. So, of the lipstick colors mentioned above, which is the closest to Marilyn Monroe's iconic lip color? Which one do you remember? I'm going to pause here so you guys can answer. Was it A, B, C, or D? Red, pink, berry, or orange?
So what do you guys remember? What's the closest to her lip color that you remember? The iconic lipstick that she wore. Jency says A. Demeril Sorrow's an A. Well, yeah, of course she wore all of them, but what was her iconic lipstick, the thing you saw her in the most? That's what I'm asking. The color that you saw her in the most. I mean, every girl wears every color of lipstick. We love playing with it. You know, it's all different. It's you know, you complete a look with it. But she wore one color more than anything. What was that color? So Mandela Affected says A after clarification.
A for me.
I'm thinking Ace is right again. High Pockets is an A. Hey, John Nada. Jency says A. John Nada says he'll listen later. Apparently, Marilyn Monroe, I have not confirmed, has a sister who's 101 years old. So that could be the person you heard Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, Sandy had 182,000 views on that video with the eyes changing. It's called Eyes. The Eyes Have Dark Rings Now or something.
Karen Maloney, I agree. I think back then everything was a shade of red or pink. It was all reds and pinks back then.
Yeah, it was red or pink. It can't be orange.
Or berry.
Yeah. So can we move on?
That's funny that I sound clear, John Otta, because I woke up sick as a dog.
Hands down, I would say A, red. I'm sure she wore all of these colors at some point, but every picture and film I've ever seen, her lips were always red, just like the images above.
Mm-hmm.
But red is no longer her signature color. She only wore red about 10% of the time, and so far there's no evidence of her owning any red lipstick.
We know she wore red lipstick. We've seen the pictures.
Oh, there's an
right?
echo, Brian.
But you also see how.
An echo?
Yes, there's an echo.
Okay. Her signature color, her favorite that was used in most films and photographs was Max Factor Color Last Lipstick in shade LS722 NI. And her signature color was actually orange. I mean, isn't that weird?
We know she wore red lipstick. We've seen the pictures, right? But you also see how that lipstick just registered on camera. So the question is, did Marilyn Monroe wear orange lipstick? And the answer is yes. She wore it a ton.
No, not in my reality.
Not mine either.
So Erin Parsons bid and won a tube of Marilyn's used lipstick for a whopping $15,000. $15,625, and here you can see the sold auction and images of the actual color from her YouTube video.
So there was actually 5, I think, 4 or 5 tubes of lipstick. 2 were used, and she put one on the used one. She collects makeup, not to use it.
Yeah, I'm sure she probably has millions of subscribers, right?
No, but she's a couple 100,000.
Couple 100,000. Goodness gracious, yeah, that's a lot of money for lipstick, but it's Marilyn Monroe's lipstick used.
Definitely not red. It's definitely not red.
So this is the closest duplicate she could find.
She put red lip liner on so that you could see the difference between the lipstick. The lipstick she's wearing is not the lipstick. She will not use that. It's besides it being like 60 years old. It's Marilyn Monroe's lipstick, and it costs $15,000. She won't be touching it. But she tried to dupe it. She tried to find one that looked the closest to it.
All I'm seeing is orange. Now we know Marilyn wore red lipstick, but did any red lipsticks ever come up for auction? A lot of.
You gonna play it?
Yeah, is it playing? Okay.
No, stop.
Her lipsticks did come up for auction, but I have never
What is happening, Brian? It's echoing and then stopping in the middle of the video.
I don't know. I have a Wi-Fi range extender that I recently purchased. So connected it. I don't know. Okay. Gosh, what happened here?
So
picture. It's from the same exact
It's skipping
event.
around.
You see her
Sorry.
dress, her hair. All I'm seeing is red orange. And in the now we know Marilyn wore this picture.
Oh my God, Brian,
she's with
just
Betty
stop the
Grable,
video.
and the lipstick is
Hold on
orange.
1 second here.
All I'm seeing is orange. Now we know Marilyn wore red lip.
So I'll just explain. Just stop.
Yeah, just
playing
please
the video.
explain it. Yeah, the video. I'm on my Chromebook, so it may not handle the video as well, and we have to wrap it up, Sandy.
Go to the next one.
Okay.
So here we have the exact same photograph, and they're saying it's because the way the film.
Picture. It's from the same exact event. You see her dress, her hair, her
Hang on a
lipstick is
second.
red, and in the same event,
All
this
I'm seeing
picture is
is
Betty Grable,
Now
and
we
her
know
lipstick is orange.
Oh my God, the
Okay,
video!
enough
I
with the
can't.
orange.
So it's the same event. Her lipstick was actually orange, but they're claiming the camera's picking
Picture.
up
It's from the
red.
same exact
Goodness
event.
gracious.
Why
You
does
see
it
her
keep
dress,
playing,
her
Brian?
hair, her lipstick
I'm
is
trying
red,
to-
and in
I
the
don't know
same
what's going on
event,
here.
this picture, she's with Betty Grable, and the lipstick is orange. This picture. It's from the same exact event. You see her dress, her hair, her lipstick is red. You see her dress, her hair. Same event. This picture,
Oh
she's
my
with
God,
Betty
guys,
Grable,
I'm
and the
sorry.
lipstick is
I am
orange.
so sorry. It's like it's looping from another tab. No, it's not on another tab. It
Why
can't
don't you
be.
exit out of the folder and go back in?
I think it stopped.
All right. Horrible.
Picture. It's from the same
No, it
exact
didn't,
event.
Brian. My
You
God,
see her
exit
dress,
out.
her
Exit out, go back in. Horrible.
picture. It's from the same exact
It's still playing without it even
You
being
see
up on
her
the screen.
dress,
That's
her hair,
amazing.
her lipstick is red, and in the same event, this picture, she's with Betty Grable, and the lipstick is orange.
I don't know
I
where
think-
that's coming from.
It's from the same
And that's
exact
why there's
event.
an echo. You probably have it open in another window.
Red, and in the same event, this picture, she's with Betty Grable, and the lipstick is orange. This picture, it's from the same exact
Oh my
event.
goodness. Let me just
You
refresh
see her
it.
dress, her hair, her lip.
There we
Okay.
go. My goodness.
Yes. My goodness is right.
That was horrible.
I know. I'm so sorry, guys.
This picture, it's from the same exact
Oh my
event.
God.
You
I
see her
can't.
dress,
All right, we'll stop.
hair,
We'll show
her
it next
lipstick
week.
red,
I can't.
and the
I have a
same-
headache and it's so
Okay.
bad.
So you guys get the idea. Hold on. We do have to wrap this up here, Sandy. So let's go ahead and share these last few pictures here. You see the lipstick? Does that look orange to you or red?
It's not red.
No, definitely not.
LS722NI was her color. She had so many tubes of it, and it was all like a coral orange. Like a pinky orange. Not red at all. No red in it at all.
So she only wore red a few times now, according to current reality.
Correct. Like in Gentlemen's Prefer Blonde. Gentlemen Prefer Blonde. Just a few movies, and the rest was all this orangey shade. So at the top is the girl who's, go back. The top, there's a new movie coming out called Blonde. That's the actress in the movie Blonde, dressing as her. And notice the lip color versus the actual pictures of her. They're
Yes.
not the same. It's red lipstick versus orange.
What about
I
that
didn't know
beauty
they
mark?
made orange back then.
That beauty mark looks really close to the lip she has there.
Yeah.
But still not right.
No.
So yeah, there's the orange lipstick the way it is now.
All different movies, orange, orange, orange. Now here we're seeing it red on the bottom. Oh, you flew through it.
Yeah, red
on the bottom, but it was actually orange. Here, I remember this photo. This photo, she had red lipstick, and now it's orange. It's that pinky orange color.
Yeah, I have a 3D what do you call it? Where it's like holographic. It shows it like when you turn it, you can see different pictures of her. Okay, do you remember any of these films or photos with the orange lip? If everything still appeared red, I could believe the man's excuse. But most images of Marilyn that I'm finding are orange with or coral now. What do you think? Is this an ME or just a trick of the camera, like they've been telling us it is, according to the man's excuse? So that's a wrap. Any comments, you guys? Anything? Sorry about the technical looping of that video. Is there anything, guys, you want to mention before we close?
I got to see how I'm feeling. I don't know when the next show's going to be. I don't know what's wrong right now. All I know is that I don't feel great at all.
All right, we appreciate you guys coming. Again, thanks for being here. We look forward to seeing you guys. Again, hopefully we'll be on this coming Saturday. We'll see you. Yes, we'll see you guys. Have a great Mandela day, and God bless.
Good night, everyone. Or have a good day, everyone.
Have a good day, everyone.